The Vedas from India are the oldest spiritual books of the world. They comprehend the original knowledge relating to the underlying cause of the human existence here on earth. Passed down orally for centuries before being written between 1500 and 500 BCE in Sanskrit by sages, the Rishis, who heard the always present divine truth, Shruti. From what we read, it is evident that in these very ancient times, humans and supernatural beings had a still vivid and connected relation. This suggests that what we define as paranormal today, in the meaning of beyond normal, was in that age quite normal. The Vedas are the only books of that distant age witnessing the knowledge, the wisdom, and probably the powers passed to the sages by the supernatural beings to whom they were so deeply connected. No other texts but the Vedas, together with the many mysterious remains of incredibly grandiose works of art spread all over our planet, lead us to the only possible conclusion of acknowledging the existence of astonishing civilized people on earth, with staggering knowledge and possibly some kind of superpowers about which we have no clues. Scholars in total disbelief are wondering how could they know things that science is slowly discovering now? How could they create gigantic constructions with such a mathematical precision, manufactured as if they had some kind of laser tools even better than the ones we have today? The traces of the incredible advanced civilizations present in such a distant time are too obscure to be deciphered. Only the Vedas can tell us something, and this is what I want to deepen through the following videos. This one is just an introduction to the topic and an outline of the content of each Veda in the following screens. The Vedas, the most ancient supernatural books divinely revealed. They were written in Sanskrit between 1500 and 500 BCE, but had already been orally passed down for centuries before. The Vedas, divinely revealed, were followed by the Mahabharata, humanly composed to make the Vedas' teachings more applicable in life. The Bhagavad Gita, a part of the Mahabharata, may be considered the easiest synthesis. The Vedas are a vast collection of hymns, rituals, and philosophy. They were organized into 4 main texts: the Rig Veda, the Samaveda, the Yajurveda, the Atharva Veda. Each of them has 4 parts: Samhitas, the hymns; Brahmanas, the ritual texts; Aranyakas, the theological discussions; Upanishads, the philosophical teachings. Rig Veda, focus, hymns and praises dedicated to natural forces and gods like Agni, fire, Indra, storm, and Varuna, cosmic order. Purpose: ritual recitation and invocation of deities for prosperity, protection, and cosmic harmony. Notable contribution: oldest Veda and a key source for the Vedic cosmology and mythology. Samaveda, focus, melodic chants derived from the Rig Veda hymns. Purpose: used in some rituals and sacrifices, emphasizing musical intonation to enhance spiritual power. Notable contribution, foundation of Indian classical music. Yajurveda, focus, prose and verses detailing sacrificial rituals. Purpose, provides instructions for performing Havan, sacrifices, and ceremonies. 2 branches, Shukla, white, and Krishna, black, Yajurveda. Notable contribution, practical manual for Vedic priests. Atharva Veda, focus, hymns, spells, and incantations related to daily life. Purpose, protection against diseases, curses, and enemies, and ensuring prosperity and well-being. Notable contribution, a blend of spiritual and practical knowledge, including medicine and ethics. Key goals of the Vedas. Spiritual connection. Establish a bond with the divine and natural forces through rituals, hymns, and meditation. Ritual practice. Guide the performance of Havan, sacrifices, and ceremonies to maintain cosmic balance, Rta. Philosophical inquiry. Explore fundamental questions about existence, consciousness, and the universe, primarily in the Upanishads. Practical guidance, provide instructions for daily life, health, and protection, especially in the Atharva Veda. In the 4th part of each Veda, Samhitas are the hymns to be chanted. Brahmanas are the meanings of the ritual text. Aranyakas are the theological discussions with the transition from ritual focus to spiritual introspection. Upanishads are the philosophical teachings referring to the ultimate reality, Brahman, and the self, Atman, laying the groundwork for Hindu philosophy. Following the Vedas, the Mahabharata was written. It reflects and expands on the spiritual, philosophical, and cultural ideas established in the Vedas, making them accessible to a broader audience. The Vedas are Shruti, divinely revealed, containing hymns, rituals, and philosophical teachings intended for ritual specialists and sages. The Mahabharata is Smriti, humanly composed, historical and cultural epic meant for the general populace. It contextualizes Vedic ideas in a narrative form, making their teachings applicable to everyday life. The Mahabharata. Different points. 1. Philosophical foundations. Cosmic order and dharma. The Vedas emphasize Rta, cosmic order, and dharma, duty, righteousness. The Mahabharata elaborates on dharma through complex moral dilemmas, especially in the Bhagavad Gita, which serves as a spiritual and ethical guide. Sacrifice and duty. The Vedic Havan, sacrificial rituals, evolve in the Mahabharata into the idea of self-sacrifice and devotion to duty. 2. Evolution of Vedic rituals into ethical living. In the Vedas, rituals and sacrifices, Havan, are central to maintaining cosmic harmony. The Mahabharata transitions from external rituals to internal ethics, focusing on how humans should act to uphold dharma in a changing and challenging world. 3. Deities and cosmology. The Mahabharata retains the Vedic pantheon and cosmology, but expands on their roles. Vedic gods like Indra, Agni, and Varuna, central to the Rig Veda, appear in the Mahabharata but with more humanized characteristics. Krishna, an avatar of Vishnu, integrates the Vedic concept of divinity with the idea of a personal God who offers guidance and liberation. 4. Ethical and social teachings. While the Vedas focus on rituals and cosmic laws, the Mahabharata explores how these principles apply to society and personal life, elaborating on varna, social order, and ashrama, life stages, principles, rooted in the Vedas. 5. Integration of Upanishadic wisdom. The Mahabharata incorporates the philosophical insights of the Upanishads, the later portions of the Vedas, which focus on spiritual knowledge, exploring the nature of the soul, particularly in the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna explains the immortality of the Atman, the Self. 6. The Bhagavad Gita is part of the Mahabharata. It is a simple synthesis of the Vedas referring to Vedic high one and mantras, summarizing the Vedic paths of karma, action, upasana, devotion, and jnana, knowledge, into a unified spiritual practice, quoting Vedic wisdom to explain eternal truth in simpler, practical terms. The Gita simplifies the teachings of Brahman, making them accessible to lay people. 7. Summary of the connection. The Vedas are the source of spiritual knowledge, emphasizing ritual and cosmic truth. The Mahabharata translates these truths into stories, dialogues, and moral teachings, making them relevant to human experiences. The Bhagavad Gita within the Mahabharata serves as a concise and universal distillation of the Vedic wisdom.